Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Midday Market Update. My name is Glenn, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Glad to have you here. Glad to see what you're doing today. Let's go see what we need to do in the market today. You're wondering why I'm using the word do. The DEW finally has flashed an up call. We've got to see what we got to do with what we have to do it with. So, if you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. Lee says he's primarily waving. Wow, today is going to be a day of puns, and I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that. Doing what I have to do. I'm loving this. This is going to be a good day. Joey was like, what are they talking about? I said, don't worry about it, Joey. You just sit there and look pretty. I'll take care of it.
Is that what I said?
Yeah, that's what you said. And that's what I said. I said, by the way, Joey's in the background. Glenn, how are you doing? Say it in your Italian Brooklyn accent. How you doing? Forget about it. How you doing? All right, so the DEW call finally issued an up call. Let's see what we've got to do. Looking at the market, look at that. Everything is yellow. Everything is yellow. Does that mean you back up the bus? All right, let's go see. Now that the dew is up, how many of you are ready to back up the bus? Type of 1. How many of you are still going to keep your eye on the market before you make a call? Type of 2. All right, I'm just curious to know. How many of you are ready to, all this yellow, the DEW is up. How many of you are ready and willing to back up the bus? Type of 1. How many of you are still waiting to see what needs to be done before? Wow, a lot of 2s. A lot of 2s. Now, wait a minute. Now, there you go. I'm about to say, all you folks in here ain't so prudent. A lot of you are a little bit more aggressive. Only 2 people stepped up. 3 people now stepped up and said they're going to back up the bus. Jerry says 1.5. Why do y'all always give me a choice that I don't give you? Why do y'all always give me a choice that I don't give you? I said 1 or 2. We got a 1.5. How does that happen? Mark says he's going all in. I know Mark better than that. I know Mark better than that. But okay, so let's go rock and roll. This is what's going on. Not shot in this bull chat. Jerry, you know me and you think alike. You know, I know what you're doing, and hopefully you know what I'm doing. But what is everybody else doing? All right, so Janice is here. Hey, Janice, let's go move over to the program. All right, here's the market. Now, what has Glenn, let me back up. How many of you think, how I want to phrase this? Am I bullish or bearish on this market? Am I bullish? Type of 1. Am I bearish? Type of 2. I've been talking about this over and over and over and over again. Am I bullish on this market? 1. Am I bearish on this market? Type of 2. All right. You guys should know me enough. You guys should know me enough that you know how I feel and why I feel what I feel. This is going to give me a real sense of how many of you really listen. Eton, you think I'm bullish on this market? Jerry D, the other Jerry D, I'm more so going to say mixed to more bearish. Why am I bearish? Why do I think the market has some more downside? Let's go to my other graph. This is why. All right, and who just did that? Stop typing stuff, Joey. Stop messing with my graph. Let's go to the graph layouts. This is why. All right, you guys, let's go put this on a 3-month graph. You know that I showed. Bobby says you are not convinced. Maybe. All right, maybe. But I just did a video not too long ago on the death cross. And I've made mention on more than one occasion on why I feel that the market still has some more downside. All right, why I still have downside. Janice says, every time Glenn says he thinks the market has more downside, it has gone down. Listen, I am not guessing. I'm not trying to predict. I just use what I see and relay that information over to you guys. And Lee is right. Lee is right. I am still thinking the market has more downside, but what else have I said? I said I'm never going to give up an opportunity to make money if the market gives me that opportunity. What is the market doing right now? It did break through trend. Lee is right. It broke through trend Friday. We still have, do we want to call this follow through today? What is this candlestick pattern right here known as? Anybody? What is this this 2 candlestick pattern right here? What is it called? Anybody? All right. It's got something to do with the weather. How about that? It's got something to do with the weather. Anybody know what that pattern is called? I know somebody's got to know it. No, not a harami. There you go, Gerald. That's a dark cloud cover. All right. Now, interesting, it's not a hurricane. How are you going to, it's not a hurricane. Not a hurricane, but it's a dark cloud cover. What that means, it's a possible reversal. See where this candle is over the closing bar here, or the closing part of the bar? It's a dark cloud cover. It could be a bearish reversal. I don't know that for sure. What else happened? It was moving up towards the 50. Didn't get above that. The 50 is still below the 200. All of the things that I've talked about with inflation, with interest rates, with wars, all of those different things still leads me to think that the market has more downside. But coming off this low, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row, the market went up. All right? 5 days in a row, the market went up. That's a possible reversal. All I want you to do is just keep your eyes on that. I love what Lee said. What I was waiting for was the breakthrough of the trend line. It happened. And now let's go back. Let's go to my viewers real quick. Let's go look at the markets. Let's go to the markets. Monday's indices. So 6 day in a row was 5 days up, 1 day dark cloud cover. What's the market doing? The DEW is up. The VIX is up. The other major indices, the biggest mover besides the VIX is the NASDAQ. And it's only up about 0.25%. Jerry D says 3 bearish gaps up, no bullish price action. I'm waiting for the spinning topiosity candle. The DI thought it had to go the midpoint for the first candle. DI thought, listen, I'm not going to talk about the positive and the negative DIs. I'm not going to mess with those. I want to concentrate primarily on the VectorVest part of it rather than the DI diff. But I'm just showing you, even with that down day to day, the dark cloud cover, the markets are not exuberantly. That's the word of the day. The market is not exuberantly moving up. Please upgrade high quality. Massimo, you can do that. On the bottom of your YouTube, you should see a little cog. You can click on that and you can change the resolution. Joey, what am I presenting in? Do you know? Joey? I think we're in 1080. I think that we are in 1080. John says 0.22 buy to sell ratio. We have lots of room for this market to move. And we do. All right. But as the market started moving up off of that bottom with the candles, the buy to sell ratio, just as what was just said, the buy to sell ratio, let's go back here. Oops, wrong one. Dang it, that one. The buy to sell ratio is sitting where? It's not moving. And you would think coming off of a bottom, coming off of a low, that thing would start moving all over the time. John says he watches in HD all the time. Bill says we present in 720. I don't think we do. Joey must have walked away. Joey, are you here?
We do not. Yeah.
What do we present in?
1080.
We do present in 1080. Okay.
1080, 60 frames per second, high definition.
Wow. Joey just broke it down. We got high D. We got high do.
Yeah, if he's not getting it, just go to the cog below the video, click on that, and change it from auto to 1080p.
Yeah, everybody is watching. A lot of people are watching in 1080, Massimo. All right. So, with all of that being said, I like that the trend has been broken. I like that we're still now, let's going back to the graph, what's going to happen today? Is the market just getting tired of going up for that short amount of time? Let's go see if it tests this or if it still has the wherewithal to keep moving up. All right, but market is up off of the low. Let's go to the news and let's talk about what's going on from a news perspective. Talk about what's going on from a news perspective. Starting from U.S. stocks rise ahead of more earnings and the Fed speaker in focus. So we've got several stocks in here moving. The main indices, Wall Street enjoyed their best week of the year last week as weaker than expected unemployment data for October added a renewed hope that the era of unprecedented monetary. So saying that the job market is finally loosening up, that the Fed is done raising interest rates. Massimo says everything it is okay. There you go. Thank you, Massimo. I'm glad. Joey doesn't always know his stuff. Joey's just Joey, but he's my guy. I love Joey. Earnings coming up at the end. Disney, Wynn, Oxy, DH Horton, Tesla. After Reuters reported that the electric vehicle manufacturer is preparing to manufacture a new EV model in Berlin, all right, at about $26,000 US. A $26,000 car. They're already trying to put out a car in India for about $24,000. Oil rebounds. Oil rebounds after producers reaffirm supply cuts. Glenn has been talking about these supply cuts. And I don't like the way oil stocks are moving. If oil is going up, the oil stocks should be going up. But that ain't altogether the case. Linda says, oh, Linda, you don't speak much. Thank you for chatting in today. Unemployment data, if sustained, will pose another problem entirely. And I think the Fed is looking for the job market to soften up. I'm in a hotel using 360. You look like a smudge on the screen. Well, whose fault is that you're using 360, bro? Stop using 3. Get better hotel internet. Sigh. All right. Michael says, with all the happiness about the rates going down, the TMX is actually, and that's another thing. You would think that because the Fed is saying, all right, we paused for 3 sessions in a row, the market should be responding, but it ain't. I'm not the only one that sees that, but it ain't. Hi, Glenn. Spy straddle I had to do because no direction so far, Marie. That's not a bad idea. All right, what other stories are going on? Moving down here. There, you talked about the TMX. There you go, Michael. The yield on the 10-year note ticked up about 7 basis points to trade close, going back up to 5 again. All right, there you go. Right on it, Michael. Some on Wall Street. Blah, 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 blah. This is also about Disney. Did you hear that Disney is buying Comcast's shares of Hulu? About 33%. Comcast had 33% stake in Hulu. Disney's picking that up. I was talking to my wife about that last night. And, you know, the streaming space is a very busy, colluded space. And Disney's trying to do everything that they can to get back into good graces of the investors because of the fight going on between Disney and the governor of Florida. So I think Iger is the right person, but we'll see. Hi, Glenn. I still love you. Thank you, Jake, even if you are from up north somewhere. All right. So I wanted to bring that up. How about this? Alibaba International announces a pilot launch of AI Suite. So for anybody who thinks that AI is going away, I know it's gotten beaten up, all right? But the market's gotten beaten up. That AI has gone away. I wanted to show you this. Elon Musk unveils Grok, sort of like Gronk. If it had been Gronk, I would have never looked at it. Because I'm, huh?
It's hanging off.
It is? Okay. Which way do I want to go? Control? Oh, I got to click on it first. There we go. It should reset. What's up? What's up with that? Was I not? I had to go to program. All right, that's fine. Elon Musk unveils Grok, an AI bot with real-time access to X-Info to rival ChatGPT. Interesting. All right, I'm watching Apple, Microsoft, Walmart going up. I'm a big fan of Apple. We'll take a look at that. Marie, don't forget, when we get to look at stocks, bring those 3 stocks up. Let's take a look at it. There is no way you can replace Glenn with AI Glenn. Joey has tried. All right. Now, still talking about more. It would be too hard. And talking still about more AI. Accenture and Salesforce collaborate to help life science companies create differentiation with data and AI. AI is still out there, folks, and I'm probably going to write down AIQ. AIQ is the ETF that tracks the whole AI space. Apple is a good buy, but just not the right time. Still way overvalued. I think, you know how stocks are going to get less overvalued as people start taking money out of the market and start putting it into fixed income, because fixed income right now is getting you about 5.5% on 18 month. All right. And as people see that as a viable way to make money and stop losing money, a lot more money is going to be pulled out of the market. Apple's going to be affected by that to the point that it's going to go down enough. I think a lot of stocks are going to go down enough to become undervalued. All right. John says, I don't own one thing from Apple. I own everything from Apple. I got my watch. I got my phone. I got my iPad. I got about 4 iPads. Sigh. I do have 4 iPads. I don't know why. I just do, because that's just me. White House reviewed stop of Apple watches for the next 60 days. Why? What did Apple do? Linda, what did Apple do? Sigh. All right. That would hurt Apple big time if that was the case. All right. So there's 3 AI stories: Alibaba, X, and Accenture. AI is still at the top of a lot of people's minds. I want you to be out there. Issues with the O2 sensor. Wow. I don't have I think I have I don't know. Just checks my blood pressure and all that kind of stuff. Has anybody out there ever had an Apple Watch that beeped and said, "Oh my God, your heart's about to explode"? I've had that happen twice. Anybody else? Anybody? I've been sitting down, going, all of a sudden my watch goes, brr, brr, your heart's about to blow up. I was like, what? Just like that. And I said, what should I do now? And I was like, man, I didn't understand that. That kind of scared the bejesus out of me. It's happened twice. At New Begin said me. I don't, it's the newest one. I don't have the newest Apple Watch, but I've had that happen. Been like, yo, what's up with that? All right. So I'm not the only one. Thank you. And then that's exactly what I have to do. When that happens, you have to go eat bacon right away. You have to go eat bacon right away. And it fixes it. All right. Another story. How about this? Because of the UAW strike and the win, as Boeing machinist contract talks near, union savors new labor power. Did you see that Toyota saw that? They wasn't trying to get none of that smoke. They went and said, yo, you want pay raises? We'll give you pay raises. Just don't strike. I'm thinking that the UAW set a precedent for unions. All right. Mark says, mine tells me I'm in a noisy environment, mostly when the air is blasting in the car. I took that off. I took that off of my watch. It was telling me, yeah, it wasn't, you're in noise. I said, shut up. I want to listen to my music loud. All right. This is interesting. I bring this up again because the UAW set the precedent for unions going forward, folks. They did. It's going to be a domino effect. And I think a lot of companies are going to just give people raises and just try to avoid picket lines. This is another big story. 40% of U.S. Netflix subs plan to cancel service. Remember I asked you all the question, Netflix said they were going up on price. Would you keep your Netflix? A lot of you said yes. But here's an article that just came out today that says 40% of U.S. Netflix subs plan to cancel their service. I'm not one of that 40%. Anybody else out there? Are you part of that 40%? Yes or no? And resulted in increased inflation. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Bill? Trash Netflix, says Jerry. My wife, you know something? How many of you ever saw the movie Get Out? Anybody saw the movie Get Out? My wife said, hey, let's go watch that. I wonder why she said that. But never mind. But we just had to go watch. We watched Get Out. I had already seen it, but she was like, oh, we saw the Get Out. But their ad subscriptions are up. I know, Linda. Netflix is making that money. Netflix is making, who just laughed at that statement about, I wonder why my wife wanted to watch that movie. It wasn't horrible. It was okay. It was okay. My wife will never let me cancel Netflix. And listen, that's what Jeff says. I'm going to keep my Netflix. That was you, Princess? Okay, I got you. I was like, yeah, if you know my wife, you know our situation, it was funny that she said, hey, let's go watch Get Out. I was like, all right. So, That's an interesting story that could affect Netflix in a big way. Could have. I didn't see Get Out. What was the other movie? No, the other movie was Nope. I didn't see that because I wasn't gonna watch that. The other movie was Nope. All right, this is gonna be interesting. Anybody trading Netflix? Anybody trading Netflix? It's very, very interesting to see how this is going to be able to affect Netflix going forward. I told you about the Tesla story. Tesla in Germany, they're linking up with Volkswagen and Stellantis. They're linking up with Volkswagen and Stellantis in regards to making this car, $26,000 car. Was it a chick flick? Nope, it wasn't a chick flick. Netflix has no business above 403, just letting you know. Listen, but if people are trading it, Jerry, that's what makes the stock's price go higher. It's not always what we think should be happening, but if people are trading it, that's what helps to make the stock go higher. Tesla, this could be big for Tesla, putting out a $26,000 vehicle. All right, EV. There it is, $26,863. How many of you, if you can get a Tesla for that price, how many of you would buy a Tesla, type of 1? If you could get, hello Amir, if you could buy an all-electric vehicle that would have pretty much all of the bells and whistles, pretty much, for $26,000, it was Get Out. Get Out was funny. It was interesting. Look at that, interesting. Some of you say yes. An all-electric for $26,000. Could be big for Volkswagen too, right? Yes, Linda, absolutely. I'm a big fan of Volkswagen. I'm a big fan of Volkswagen. Interesting that a lot of people would buy it. Must go soon. We'll watch recording. Can you address the gapping up or down? I don't have any gapping, especially on the market. Is there a common reaction that happens to a stock or other indicators? James, if a stock tends to gap up or gap down, gaps like to be filled. So if a stock gaps up, most likely, more times than not, it will come down to fill the gap. And after that, depends on how fundamentally sound it is, it will either retrace and go back up or will continue with the gap to the fill. And if the gap down, most likely, it will fade the gap to the upside. All right. 2, don't want electrical fire in my garage. You know something? I can't say this, but I think that the fires with electric vehicles are far and few in between. All right. Now, I'm not trying to downplay it because it potentially is a danger nonetheless, but I still think that they happen far and few in between. No, big truck driver only. Charlene, I got my Ford Excursion. I love my Ford Excursion. Somebody was in my truck listening to my system, and they looked in the car and said, man, you got a lot of room. I said, yeah, I can rent my vehicle out for just apartment space. My Excursion is huge. What do you recommend to buy now? Should we just buy everything now? I'll talk about that in a second, Amir. All right, Tesla story. COVID is hurting companies. Put this back on the program. COVID is hurting companies like BioNTech and Pfizer. Look at this. Q3 revenue falls 74% because of the COVID, not selling COVID vaccines. All right, and I was a fan of these stocks should be starting to rock and roll. I did a video on Pharma stocks to buy, but it's not coming through. COVID is not taking front stage. You know what is though? RSV in the stock, when it comes down to that respiratory disease, you got to look at GlaxoSmithKline, GSK. GSK right now the only one that's got something for RSV that's been approved by the FDA. I'm more worried about my lawnmower gas can. Well, gas prices are still, I saw, and I didn't confirm this, someone said that the government, that we were still selling more of our reserves. I could not confirm that story to keep the gas prices down. So I know this guy that works for Moderna, and they are layoffs coming. Yeah, because you got Novavax, you got Moderna, you got Pfizer, you got BioNTech. I think that's it. That's got the FDA approvals for the vaccines. If nobody's getting COVID, and it sort of kind of makes you think, I don't want to tell you what I'm thinking, all right, because I'll be going down another path, but it sort of kind of makes you think about some things when it comes down to COVID.
All right, it does. That's all I got to say about that. And then the last one, I already did this story. I did that twice. All right, let's go look at the stocks in my list. Let's go look at the stocks in my list. What am I looking for? There we go. All right, let's go. We already started with the indices. The indices were mixed today. All right, nothing really rocking and rolling except for the VIX is up bigly today. People are getting a little bit more fearful, even though we got the DEW. What are people doing? Right now, they're still scared. The VIX is up. It's not at the value of 20 yet, but a big rise on a day where the market is down with the dark cloud cover. And the indices are just not, the indices just ain't doing the darn thing. All right, the indices are not doing anything that we'd want. I don't like Netflix, but I still keep it, says Amir. Let's talk about the stocks from the big news. All right. The DEW needs some confirmation, in my opinion, says Fitz. Listen, I was looking for the DEW for confirmation. We had the primary wave up. I was looking to see if we broke through the trend line, which we did. We got the DEW, which we did. I don't know what more you need for confirmation except for the market to just move up, right? All right, so some of the stocks that were in the list today, what's moving up? Win has got earnings this week. All right, they're up nicely today, got good upside. The safety is not there. Grow their earnings at a clip of 37%. Oil is on the move today. Oil stocks should be moving, but they're not. BioNTech, even though the COVID issue is an issue, it's up today. I wouldn't trust that move up if the overall feel is that the COVID cases are really not moving the COVID stocks. All right, you're quickly becoming one of my favorite people. Thanks for your service. Thank you, James. I appreciate that. All right, so out of the stories that made the news, Accenture, again, part of getting into the AI, DHI reports this week, TripAdvisor reports this week. The news on Tesla, I like the idea of the news on Tesla, but is it the right time to buy? Let's go look at all of these stocks. Let's start off with one layout. This is the this is the near perfect indicator. Please give us the best stocks now for this market. Amir, slow your roll, buddy. I got you. DHI, look at that. No trend, but an early entry by way of RT, by way of the MPI. Netflix does have trend. Look at that. Gap up and never faded it. The question was, what tends to happen? Nice gap up. Was that an earnings play? Yep, that was the earnings play. It did fade the gap for a quick day and then still moving up. And it's a buy and it's got trend. I think that if people are going to be leaving and they're going to lose subscribers, I'd be careful with Netflix. All right, I'd definitely be careful with Netflix. Accenture getting into the AI space. It's got an early entry, no trend yet, but nice move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stocks in a row, 5 days in a row. A down day today, little wick, a lot of selling pressure. Be careful. I do like the AI news, but I don't know if it's enough to carry it higher. Wins got reporting for earnings. Look at this. It actually broke through its downtrend. Now, it's interesting as I look at Win, leisure, gaming. Do people have money to go gamble? Yes or no? Type it in the room. In today's market, do people still have money to go gamble? Yes or no? So who's pushing this stock out? Who's got the money to go be putting into gambling? Again, it's the boomers. It's the baby boomers. They got the money. They got the money. It's getting kind of hectic. They got the money. It's the boomers. All right, it's the boomers. Stephanie's right with me. It's the boomers, and they're spending. No trend yet, but a good early entry now. We had an early entry, found a trend line, found an entry, now broke through the trend line. Win might have some upside. Many will always gamble. Skipper, I'm with you as well. Old people, new loaded. Roy says he's going on Thursday. Gosh, I'm not a gambler. My daddy said scared money don't win. My daddy taught me that a long time ago. Scared money don't win. All right, let's go to oil. Trend still, the trend is breaking down on oil. The early out by way of the MPI was here. All right, on 10-4. That might have been a good play, but the trend is still there. I still like oil. You know, I'm getting to the point where I might have to backtrack. The trend is there, and the downward trend is there. I mean, I think that with the supply issues, oil should be going up. Do you agree with me, yes or no? LVS, I'm with, you know, if people are going out to gamble, Las Vegas Sands may not be a bad play. May not be a bad play as well, David. You know, I would look at MGM, LVS, Wynn. Most of Wynn's revenue comes from operations in Macau. See, I didn't know that either, Mark. All right, DraftKings revenue is up 79% last year. People are still gambling. I did a story in one of my live streams that, like, a lot more people were anticipated to be utilizing DraftKings and all that this year. And it is coming to fruition. Yes, oil has to go up. Oscar, I say that, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I think on paper, oil is supposed to go up, but it's not. Let's go. Tesla's all over the place. Tesla is all over the place. The news about producing a cheaper car may be a good thing, but the stock's got to show me something. All during earnings, I played TSLQ. I made a good little 15, almost 20% on this, and then I got out as it started going back up, so to lock in my profit on that. Yes, on USO, long 21-15 December 78. It's much better gamble than the world news. I think that oil should be going up. Emil says, really? My father has no money. Stefan is scared money don't win. Law of economics, supply and demand, oil will go up. Oscar, I believe you, but it's got to show me something. I've been in and out of oil, and oil has been all over the place. Very volatile play. TripAdvisor, people traveling, nice move up today. I don't think this was the earnings play. Nice move up today, but look at that profit taken. Look at that profit taken. I'd be careful with TripAdvisors. Occidental Petroleum earnings this week. Man, again, a lot of these stocks, Jerry is looking at these, a lot of these stocks are all over the place. A lot of volatility in many of these stocks. A lot of volatility in many of these. Look at the big down day, no trend, no entry. Again, the supply and demand, as Oscar said, should be prevailing, but it ain't. Pfizer with COVID, not a good play. Not a good play. Disney. Now, again, Disney buying up Comcast's shares of Hulu. I don't know if Hulu is going to make a big difference as far as Disney's concerned. Now, I say that because the biggest part of streaming is content. And Disney's trying to get their hands into as much possible content as possible. You know, I look at it, Disney already has ESPN, which is the biggest sports thing out there. I think that they're just trying to bolster up what they have to make it better. Palantir is currently on, I can't say that, Jerry, but it's now sitting at $20 resistance level, which is, listen, I'm a big fan of Palantir. I've liked Palantir for a long time, knowing what they do. I've been in and out of Palantir. It's hard to hold it long term because the contracts have to turn into solid money. All right, the contracts have to, they got a lot of contracts, Jerry. They've got to turn into money. And once they do, I think Palantir's got a lot of upside. Everybody lost their money trading Fazard. What's Fazard? It hurts so bad to drink, but Budweiser? Yikes. All right, I don't want to get into Budweiser. That is a media circus right there still. I'm watching the new Bud Light commercials. They're trying to get back to the people that were drinking their beer. That's going to be a long road for them. It's going to be a long road to overcome what they went through. All right, it's going to take a long road to overcome that. Alibaba getting into the AI, looking at an early entry here by way of RT, but no trend. And look at the downward trend. So the AI news could move it higher. I'm not ready for it yet. BioNTech, along with Pfizer, getting hurt by COVID sales, COVID vaccine sales. Boeing, there was a story on Boeing. Was Boeing trying to get in doing something? I forgot the story on Boeing. I do like the move on it. I like the early entry here. No trend though, but it's a defense stock. I'm still on board with defense stocks. On semi thoughts, Glenn, I think that the semis are getting beaten up by the market. And as a matter of fact, let's get into that. I'm going to go into my 3-day NPI picks for you. What's in here? Interesting, John. On the 3-day NPI look, the NPI cross within the last 3 days, look what's in the list, top 5. NVIDIA, look what's in the list, top 5. 2 of these in the semi space. So I'm glad you asked that question, John. Interesting from an NPI perspective, and let's graph these. NPI cross in the last 3 days. Net is in here. Love the move, bottom left, top right. Jerry says semiconductors are overextended. NVIDIA is now neutral positive due to being well overextended.
Listen, so when I'm looking at, Amir, I'll get you in a second. Looking at these MPIs, look at this. Petroleum refining, if you're looking for an oil stock, there is one. Musa, Murphy, USA, bottom left, top right. Not a lot of volatility. I just now got, by way of the MPI, an early entry, but look at the no trend degradation. If I'm looking at an oil play, now it's expensive, but if it does have options, I like this play in the petroleum space. I like this play in the petroleum space. Palantir, I like to buy at 15. I wrote Palantir on my list of stocks for you to take a look at today. What else is in there? SMCI, a little volatile, a little sideways move. All right, it's got the move from RT, but SMCI is a little bit of sideways move. That's SMCI. Let's go look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA, Jerry, I'm a little bit more on board with NVIDIA to a certain degree, whereas SMCI, little sideways, at least with NVIDIA, I got a little bit more of a, still sideways, but I like the move now. I'd like to see if we get trend by way of the NPI. The early entry by way of RT is here. A lot of give back today, though, too. And Koru, I don't know anything. It's a South Korean foreign bank. This is too gappy for me, but it made the list of top of 3-day cross on MPI. Amir says, give him some stocks. All right. And Stephanie says, Musa, the stock is incredible. Again, you know me, I'm going to reach out the best way I can. Here's my 5 picks for you. Now, the first things I tried to find in these stocks were they undervalued? Undervalued, overvalued. 3 are undervalued, 2 are overvalued. All right. I wanted RVs to try to be above 1. 3 out of the 5 have relative values above 1. Relative safeties I wasn't really concerned with. I did want upside potential. I wanted stocks that had CIs above 1. Why? Because high CI stocks are stocks that tend to go up more than they go down. All right, crypto is crazy, but what do you think about Riot? Is it breaking out? I'm not a fan of crypto. I think the one day. No. I'm gonna answer your crypto in a second, Lifestyle. All right. So as I look at picks for you, I'm gonna graph these. These are all buy recommendations. They all have CIs above 1. Put these on a 3-month graph. People always want to. Well, you need to tell us more about CI. No, I don't. All right. It is a proprietary indicator. Either you like it and you will use it, or you won't. And if you don't, then I don't want to hear about, well, this, that, and the other thing. You either use the indicator and trust that the indicator works, or the more you question about it, you're not going to get answers because it is a proprietary indicator. All right, next one. HRTZ, bottom left, top right, a little bit more volatility, but definitely higher than it was 3 months ago. Frontline, you wanted to talk about Frontline. Frontline's in here. Beautiful stock, moving up. I wouldn't buy it today. It's a down day. I'd rather buy it when the stock is doing what I want to do. So there you go, Linda, in regards to Frontline. These are my picks for you. Wow, Abercrombie and Fitch. I can't ever say that right. And then Joey's got something to say every time I say, that's what Joey says. She says it's just like that. And I'll be like, what are you talking about? And anyway, Abercrombie and Fitch, moving from the bottom left to the top right. I like the play. It's got trend. It's got me in it. I like the play. So again, I've got 5 stocks that I'm giving to you. NWGL, I would never buy on a down day, but the stock is definitely moving higher. So Amir, hopefully you were paying attention. Those are my 5 fish right there. Here's my 5 fish that I'm giving to you. Raven says, because of U.S. business don't want EVs, lost profits from future oil gas industry, so they will short EV batteries. It's easy. CEOs with dual citizenship in Korea and U.S. open a little. I'm not sure what you're saying with all of that, Raven. I think you're right. I don't like the idea that the government sort of pushed our hands to the idea of EVs. All right. Now, with that being said, are the EV companies giving us an opportunity to make money? And my answer to that is yes, especially looking at Tesla. And then you've got Polestar, you've got a lot of different Rivian. There's a lot of different companies out there that are putting out EVs. In Raven, I will say that the demand is enough that more of the major car manufacturers are setting up divisions to deal with just building EVs. All right. A couple of companies, especially in Europe, have said that they're going to be all EV centric by the year 2030. So EVs are a place to make money. I think we should have approached it a different way. I think that we should have taken baby steps to EVs by talking about and investing in hybrids. But we didn't do that. We went straight from combustion engines to EVs. The EV demand is picking up. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Tesla's leading the way, and a lot of other companies are jumping on board on the EV bandwagon to get their product out there as well. That story is not going away anytime soon. All right, so it is what it is. I don't like how we got to where we are, but you know something? I don't care. All I want to do is get you into the opportunities of making money. Now, shorting the EV batteries, I look at a company like Tesla that's got its own EV ecosystem. They do everything, whereas a lot of the other manufacturers have to go outsource a lot of the EV components. Tesla doesn't. That's why Tesla is the big boy in the space, and they will continue to be the big boy in the space. And where it goes, EVs for the most part goes. All right. The big guy gets 10% for each EV. I thought it was going to be Mark that said that. But Mark didn't say that. It was Michael. That was Michael. Joey, today Glenn is jealous. Just give him some boost. What am I jealous for? What? That is fun. What am I jealous about? Hold on.
No, God, please, no, no, no.
Talk about me being jealous.
I muted you. I muted you and took you off. There you are. There's your little face. I'll give you a little audio. I'll give you a little bit of audio.
Well, uno momento, por favor.
Joey's messing around. All right. You wait till we have a time. Wait until you and me have some time together. We're going to deal with this. Mano y mano. All right? Mano y mano. What? What? Where's the other? Really? All right. Now I'm mad. I'm mad as hell, and I can't take it anymore. I'm just gonna leave. Now, what? If I were to just leave, what you gonna do? Really? All right, fine. I ain't messing with you no more today. All right. So again, here's my 5 fish for you today. Keep them on a watch list. I think that these stocks may have an opportunity to make you some money. I did my homework for you. You now do what you want to do with them, and we'll go with that. You vanished twice today, Glenn. I know Joey's messing around. It's okay. One last thing. Let's go look at my phase 3 drug stocks. How many of you pay attention to them? How many of you pay attention to my drug stocks? Type of 1. How many of you don't give a flying flip about my drug stocks? Type of 2. All right. How many of you pay attention to my drug stocks? Type of 1. If you don't give a flying flip about them, type of 2. All right. As I give you these stocks today, a lot of them are getting beaten up bigly. But I do bring these to your attention because they have phase 3 catalyst data behind them. These are not stocks that I ever want you to go buy right now. All right. So you type 2 because you don't give a flying flip or you just don't look. Well, choice was that you didn't give a flying flip. And if you don't give a flying flip, that's okay.
All right, these are my stocks that have phase 3. They're getting, a lot of them are getting beaten. Only one is up. Only one is up. All right. These are going to tend to be more speculative plays. Remember, it's phase 3 catalyst. There's going to be more speculative plays. So I would just keep my eyes on these. If you really want to make money, fade the New York Giants. Oh, yeah. Why you messing with me, A. Fox? How many of you are Cowboy fans? Yeah. How about them Cowboys? Yeah. And even though I didn't want Philadelphia to win, but they were both in my division, so it really didn't matter. It really didn't matter. Marie says, I think the market is closing lower today. Interesting. Let's go to the graphs. There it is. There it is. That's today's market. We went through, I have a level here. I don't know what that level was for. I don't know what I drew it for. But again, 5 days in a row, the DEW is up. Glenn has been telling you I wasn't warm and fuzzy about this market. I wasn't warm and fuzzy about this market, but we got a dark cloud cover. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right. Last thing I want to do is, I want to look at commodities. What commodities are moving? I think in this current market conditions, I always want to keep my eyes on what commodities are moving. There's the TBT. All right. There's the TBT. Copper is up. Lithium is up. Oil is up. Notice that they're all up by 1%. Brent oil and USO, BNO and USO both up 1%. Oil stocks should be moving up. Someone talked about the supply and demand. The supply is dwindling. The cuts coming out of the Middle East should affect oil prices and should affect oil stocks. Wheat is up, corn is up. All right, in the commodities that are down, there it is. Uranium is down today. Both of them down. URA and DNN, both down 2-3%. Platinum, palladium, gold is down. Silver is down. I did a video on, the video I just recently was all about gold and oil. It's not coming to fruition right now, except for oil is moving up. Gold is starting to move down. I think some people did make some money in gold. If you did, I'd be looking at taking some profits off the table and wait for another opportunity. All right, that's what I'd be looking at. All of Glenn's stocks are good. The only thing is we have to catch them crossing the 3.8. Let me tell you, how many of you are subscribers to the VectorVest system? Type of 1. I think oil is being manipulated, Niles. I think oil is being manipulated. I don't think gold is being manipulated. I think gold is looking at a stronger or weaker dollar. I think that we all know that. And the dollar's been strong. So a lot of people in here are VectorVest subscribers. I'm going to do this real quick. You can find stocks, and we're going to build this real quick. You can find stocks, and let's do this for the cheaper stocks. I'm going to build this for you real quick. Stocks, price volume, price an actual, let's go less than $10. For those of you who are not subscribers, I'm going to show you something you can do easily, especially if you like the 3 and the 8. Let's go to stocks, price, split adjusted. Let's go pro trader. Let's go exponential moving average. And let's go do it this way. Lou knows that I like the 3 and the 8 exponential moving average, and I'm going to put both of them moving up. Let's go see what 3 and 8s are crossing as of right now. You can do this as a subscriber to the software. Oh, if you're not a subscriber to the software, you can get a 99-cent trial to the software for 30 days. But you want to find the stocks in the database right now of over 9,000 stocks where the 3 is crossing above the 8 because you know that Glenn likes the 3 and the 8. Bingo. You guys can do that. 2 lines of code. 2 lines of code right there. Stock price actual less than 10 and price split adjusted. Go. If you got to have Pro Trader to do it though. If you have real time, you got Pro Trader. You got to have Pro Trader to be able to do a moving average. I have an EMA to 3 crossing above the 8 in the past day. Let's do this. I'm going to change that up within the past 3 days. Ooh, the 3 and the 8 across within the past 3 days. All right. And let's go look at them. You want some stocks with the 3/8 just crossing like Lou said? Let's go put on my graph layout with the 3 and the 8. That's NPI 3/8. Ooh, look at that. It's the NPI and the 3 and the 8. I built that graph. Let's go to trade. There's my 3 and the 8 along with trend using a 20-day simple moving average. Look at that. That was a bank that we saw today. Look at the rising volume on this stock. Be careful, though. It's kind of gappy. All right. These are all 3 and the 8s. I'm not feeling that one. Here's a gold stock. Look at that. Gold, again, looks for a stronger or weaker dollar. With 99 cents, you get the Pro Trader login. You know, Boston, are you here? Does the 99 cent give them real time? And if it does, you will get that plugin. If the 99 cents gives you real time for 30 days, you will get that plugin. And I don't know if Boston is here to answer that question. All right, but you like the 3 and the 8, and I like putting that trend in there, looking at the 20-day moving average. I like that. How about, babe, you can't afford to do most stuff on the phone, has to be PC. That's true. But remember that the phone is for on the go. And for on the go, the value of the mobile app is amazing. But if you need to do stuff like this, you're right. You do need to have the desktop. Don't have Pro Trader though. Nat, let's see if we can get you a free trial to Pro Trader. You either use the chat feature on our website or call in the product support. Let them know that Glenn wanted to know if we can get you a free trial to Pro Trader. All right. Linda says 99 cents, gave it to me and I liked it so much I kept it. Way to go, Linda. Way to go. That's what I'm talking about. David says 99-cent trial if you give them RT if they sign up for that subscription level. So David, they can get real time for 99 cents? Yes or no, David? Can they get real time for 30 days for 99 cents? Yes or no? All right. Look at that. Niles just says you can. I just did it. Way to go. Folks, 99 cents. Nat, you want Pro Trader? If you already have a subscription, Nat, see if we can get you a free subscription, a free trial to Pro Trader though. All right. So Harmony Gold hit that. Folks, I just looked through over 9,000 stocks to see the 3/8 that are moving. Look at these stocks. I wouldn't take that stock. A lot of give back. Nope, that's a down day. Looks like it's a hanging man pattern. Could be a possible reversal. That's why looking at the graphs is so important. Oof, I do like silver. Look at that, gold and silver. I told you I like gold and silver, but it's slowing down right now. The 3/8s are proving. Look at that. That's a petroleum that I don't like. Ooh, look at that. Surge plays, financial management. Look at that. Broke through a level of resistance on good volume. Look at that. Look at Uncle Glenn giving you some fish. Look at HGBL. Look at Uncle Glenn giving you some fish, peoples. That's the 3 and the 8. No. Maybe. VOD. I don't like the gappiness in this either, but it is starting to move. I'd like to see more volume. How many of you people just found that useful, what I just showed you on the fly? Type of 1. How many of you just found this useful on the fly? Here's another oil stock moving up. How many of you found that useful? All right. If they do not have real time, they can do Pro Trader trial free for 30 days. Thank you, David. That was on the fly. All right. How easily I could build a 3/8 exponential moving average search. Just like that. Jake says this stuff really works. That was just on the fly. All right. Last but not least. Let's go to viewers. Last but not least. Let's go look at weekly customer picks. I've got a few. I'm only looking for about 10. AIQ is on AI as an ETF. GSK, that's for the RSV. They're the only FDA-approved vaccine for RSV. Palantir. I thought Riot was in another one on my list. Oh, it is. All right, hold on. I'm going to show you why it's in another list. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I only took 2, Linda. 8, 9. And that we already looked at, Dave. VST, Vista. Yep. All right. You were talking about Riot. I went to the fastest industries. Ryan did a great video this week on trying to find the fastest industries. I went and I ran a search looking at a 10-day delta on industries. Riot made my list. All right, so I took industries. What industries? Steel, home, transportation, financial were the industries that I found. Riot made my list. All right, what I was looking for not only are the industries that are going up, but the stocks within the industries that had CIs above 1. Does everybody understand what I just said? Not only was I looking for, just type a yes or a no. Not only was I looking for the fastest industries, if I found fast industries that didn't have stocks over CI over 1, I didn't take that industry. Does everybody understand what I just said? Yes or no? All right, does everybody understand what I just said? Yes or no? All right, so I went through some of the top fastest moving industries. But if the stocks in that industry didn't have stocks with CIs above 1, I didn't take any stocks from them. So these are stocks from industries that are moving with stocks CIs above 1. I'm trying to put the best combination of industries moving along with stocks that go up more than they go down. Marie says, Riot is a dump. So we're going to take a look at these. All right, fast-moving industries. Put these on a 6-month graph. CRS. Stocks moving from the bottom left. This 6-month graph. Moving from the bottom left. Bounced off support. 3 and the 8 look good. Broke through a level of resistance. Now being tested as a level of support. I'd keep my eyes on that, and it's in steel. NCL, not a lot of data on it, but this thing is moving. This thing is moving on good volume. I'd keep my eyes on it. All right. Steel, bottom left, top right, moving up. That's X. X marks the spot. Let's go to the next one. This is a move up on transportation airlines. Broke through 1, 2, 3, 4 levels of resistance to come back down. But what a move on big volume. RT just went above 1. Keep your eyes on that stock. Next one, USAP, another stainless, another steel. Look at that move up, right at a level of resistance of 1553. If it breaks above that, I'd look for the 3-month level of resistance. Next one, Cypher, another crypto. Big down day today. Now testing this level of resistance. Now is the level of support. I am not a big fan of crypto. I'm not afraid to say it, I'm just not. MNSO, House Miscellaneous Wares, sitting in a sideways channel. Lamar says, Glenn, will H&M Hong Kong going to pump Cano like they did HKD? I don't know, Lamar. I got to look into that. I want to go look at that. Lou says, I didn't put Coca-Cola because I've been telling you guys in the last 15 days. Coca-Cola, I like Coca-Cola. This is another steel, but it's too gappy. SKYW, Transportation Airlines, right at a level of resistance, but higher than it was 6 months ago. And the last stock in here, Riot. Do you like Riot? I don't like Riot. Coming off of these highs, where it is right now, and it's lower than it was 6 months ago. I'm not a fan, but you wanted to look at it, and there it is. All right. That was in the fastest. So that I wanted to show you where Riot did pop up because you wanted to know about Riot. I'm not a big fan of crypto stocks. Kathy Woods is a big fan of crypto. I'm not a fan of crypto. I think that FTX screwed crypto for a lot of people for a while. Does anybody agree with that? That what went down with FTX has scared a lot of people away from crypto. Type of 1 if you agree with that. Type of 2 if you don't. That FTX scared a lot of people away from crypto, especially because a lot of big names were part of that and they got taken for a ride. I think a lot of people are very scared of crypto. Now, there is one thing that I do like about crypto. I still think that Bitcoin is still big on a lot of people's minds. And if we get a spot ETF to track crypto, to track Bitcoin, that's going to be huge. All right, we'll see what happens. Robinhood is doing pretty good changing their business model. Yes, but institutions are going more into the space. And again, even if they do, I don't know if with them going into the space is enough to push other people into the space.
All right, so we'll see. I think that the spot ETF, if the SEC approves it, they keep saying it's going to be done in January. About 3 or 4 brokers will be able to pick up trading that ETF. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, now let's go look at your picks. All right, where are it? Weekly customer picks. There's your picks. Bank's been doing the same thing for years. Asa, I don't disagree with you. What backs Bitcoin? Investors. Jack. FTX showed the vulnerability of the whole industry. I'm big on that. I agree. All right, let me take a look at your stocks real quick. Graph them all. 3-month graph. Insurance property. I do like insurance, but I'm not feeling this stock. Below trend. I'm looking at the 3 and the 8 now. Nice move up, but man, if you're in it right now and you've got some profits, I would at least take half off if you don't want to take off the whole trade. MPC, another petroleum. I showed you 2 other petroleum stocks that I like better. Murphy Oil was one of them. I'm not feeling this one right now. It does come to a level of support. Let's see if that can hold. The next one is SKX, Skechers. I got my Skechers on today, as a matter of fact, too. I do like the 3 and the 8 and above trend. It's got headwinds, though, of these 2 levels of resistance of 49.36 and 49.79. If you can get past this stock's got some upside. And RT just went above 1. If you can get it past those 2, the stock's got some upside. Wow. Vistra Energy Clean. Bottom left, top right, new 3-month high. I like that pick. AIQ. This is a little bit volatile. This is playing the whole AI space. I like coming off of this level of support. 3-8 cross above trend. It still has a couple of levels of resistance to get through, but I like playing the whole space as an ETF. All right, what else is in here you gave me? Woo, Palantir. Wild ride. Wild ride. Look at the big down day on it. It did break through a level of resistance, came back now. It's back below it now. It was back above it. Now it's back below it. Palantir is such a tricky play. The contracts have to turn into real money. That's what it is. And they're getting contract after contract after contract. The contracts have to turn into real money. Once that happens, I think Palantir is going to be a big play. GlaxoSmithKline, when it comes down to the RSV disease, I think you keep your eyes on it. If COVID's not going to pop up for Pfizer, to sell their vaccines, keep your eye. RSV is going to make a move in a lot of people, unfortunately. Keep your eyes on GlaxoSmith. BIIB, another drug biomedical, like the move. I like the move coming off that level of support, moving up to 3 and the 8 of cross, but not above trend. Not above trend yet, and still lower than it was 3 months ago. I would keep that on my watch list. Riot, no, I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan. BLRX, big down day right from that level of resistance of 167. The 3 and the 8 are still in place and it's still above trend, down day to day. But I'm watching this. If I got some profits on this, I might be taking half off the table. Glenn, what's your trend on the graph? The 20-day simple moving average. The 20-day, where's it at? There it is. Nope, not that. The 20-day simple moving average. All right, that's what I'm looking for, trend. The 3 and the 8 are my faster indicators. Why do I have the stop price on here? Yeah, the 3 and the 8 are my fastest indicators, but there's my trend above or below trend. Eli Lilly. I will look at that real quick. Let's go back to graphs. Let's go look at Eli Lilly. LLY. Put this on a 3-month graph. I do like the upward movement. Right? I do like the upward movement over the last 3 months. All right, the 3 and the 8 are crossing, and it's above trend. Nice up day. Was this an earnings play? A couple of days ago it was. I like the move. I've got a level of resistance sitting at about $600.18. I got some move to the upside. Linda says BLRX now has FDA approval for its first drug. That's something I'm going to keep in mind, though, Linda. We'll keep cannabis stocks. No, I'm not feeling cannabis stocks right now either. Not right now. All right, not right now. All right, let me get to where I'm getting into. There we go. All right, that's it for today. Thank you for the stocks that you gave me. Sorry I couldn't look at all of them. All right, this is why, we have our sessions. I'm online now, live stream, Monday, Wednesday with Ryan, Thursday, Friday. 4 out of the 5 days I have a live stream. 4 out of the 5 days we have a live stream. So that's where we stand. I know that we got the DEW. What do I want you to do? I want you to still, I showed you a quick search on how to find 3/8 stocks. All right. I put a lot of these stocks on watch list. If I go back to the market timing graph, look at the day, we got a possible reversal happening. All right. You don't need to see it. You got a possible reversal happening. Watch the market, but take what the market gives you. Today, the market's not giving you an opportunity to buy stocks. All right. We only had 67 likes, 66 likes. Hey, hit the like button. All right. Thank you, sir. You are a star for VV Nation. Nope. I'm just a guy. Nat says, understanding the power of VectorVest more and more. Thank you. You are very welcome. That is my job. My job is to teach you how to use this stuff. All right. My job is to teach you how to use this stuff. I'm here for 4 out of the 5 days. And thank you for that, JD. You're also on my Twitter account as well. We keep in touch there. So I appreciate that. Thanks, Glenn. Great. More great teaching today. That's what it's all about. It's all about you. It's all about you and whatever we can do to help you. All right, I gotta go. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Boom, deal. Wait a minute. Before I go through all of that, wait a minute. I really don't have 100 likes. Man, we spent a lot of good. I'm so glad we had this time together just to laugh. Let's sing a little song. Listen, let's get us up to 100. You know me. It's worth it. I think it's worth it. Sorry, Joey. Joey's trying to get me out of here because he's got a tea time of a game he doesn't even know how to play. All right. Now, here we go. Bobby says, yep, you're just a guy, but our guy. There you go. I like that, Bobby. All right. Adios. Arrivederci. Ciao. Au revoir. Sayonara. Aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Bom dia. Salam. Shalom. Namaste. Yasu. Until next time, folks. See ya.